All right, you guys recommended to us Band-Aid after we listened
No,
to
it's
the
not
one-
Band-Aid, it's Band-Maid. Gotcha! I totally tricked Chase. I tricked him. I said Band-Aid right before we started just so I could trip him up, and I got him! I got you! Ha! It's Band-Maid, and this is the song Thrill. Let's get right into it.
That was well done.
Yeah, sick burn, bro.
Breaking new gate.
Do they always dress up like maids? Is that like part of their thing?
Probably. I would bet they're taking cues from Baby Metal.
They don't always dress up like maids. They dress up like
No,
the bad
no,
guys
but-
from Flash Gordon.
But dressing up with, like,
A theme?
yeah. And Baby Metal always has, like, dresses with wide skirts and, like, heavy metal.
Spikes and...
Yes. Things that contrast heavily within the same outfit. I'm guessing they're taking elements from Baby Metal because Baby Metal's been so successful.
Band-Aid.
I'm, like, thoroughly enjoying this song.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enjoying the music. I think the music video isn't adding much for me. I think I would actually enjoy it more without the music video, so I'm trying to kind of tune it out a bit.
Yeah.
But the song itself, I mean, thoroughly enjoying this. It's hard to find, like, rocker girls in Japanese music.
Yeah. Well, what I really like is it is instrumental heavy, but they're the ones playing it.
Yes.
You know, it's not like, oh, we have a drummer or guitarist in the back somewhere and we're featuring just the vocals. They're rocking.
Yeah.
Like, they're all rocking. And the girl's voice, very fit for this genre.
Yes.
It's got that nice, like, gritty, heavy metal, dark, kind of that more open, deep, like, blah, 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 you know, anyway, solid.
Thoroughly enjoying this
This is
song.
kind of fun.
Literally just tap anywhere in the big black space with one finger, and we're good.
Now I got to think about what I was going to say. Just threw off my groove. One of the things I noticed about this band, but this is also pretty common in Japanese music in general, is the way that the syllables flow, like the way that the phrases flow is unusual. It feels more clunky. Not necessarily in a bad way, but there's just a lot of syllables. I don't know. I think it's maybe like a mix of the genre and the language, but I found that like a lot of times with Japanese songs, there's just a lot of words, like a lot of, I don't know. It's strange for me, but I don't necessarily dislike it.
So there are elements of like the Japanese language that would cause that, such as every syllable not being something that naturally flows into the next syllable. It's generally a pretty staccato language, if I can call it that, where the tongue is bouncing and there's pretty good separation between each syllable. Whereas if you're talking about English, it's a lot more of a flow. Of course, you're not getting into the depth of flow that you will with like Spanish or Italian, French, any of those Latin, like
Bananas.
Yeah, like those bananas.
But yeah, but I think that might just be a style thing too, as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost reminiscent of punk and like a syncopated rhythm type of thing. Reminiscent of that, not necessarily the same thing, but more through the vocalizations. I don't know how to express this, but it's an unusual play of words.
Well, and
through a
Japanese
phrase.
sentences are a lot longer syllabically,
There are a lot of
I can make up
syllables
that
in
word.
Japanese. Yes.
Yeah, like-
a lot more.
If you take
Like, you ever take an English translation, or sorry, an English song and you translate it to Japanese? It's just like
well, I've held a book before.
they're gonna call me racist for that.
Yeah. Well, probably. I've held a book before that you have the English version, you have the Japanese version written with the kanji symbols, right? And then you have the Japanese version written in their syllabary, and it's like, poof,
Yeah.
turns this massive text because the language is inherently pretty long,
Yeah.
and so they probably have to get pretty creative to smash things into the space they have to begin with. They're probably doing a lot of like what you would do if you're like changing the words to songs on the fly as like a joke or with your kids or something, and you'll add in a bunch of syllables where they shouldn't be. There's probably elements of that happening in a lot of Japanese music,
You know, it's funny because like
just as nature of the language.
you and I have both done live translation, live interpretation
Yeah.
of Japanese, right?
Yes.
So like in a casual conversation, right? You translate. Here's just an example for everybody. Somebody might say, "Ya, それはじゃあそう思わないかな." And then in English we might just say, "Nah."
Or there were a lot of ums in there
You know?
in Japanese's defense.
Or like, "Ya, そう思わないですかね." I'm just like, "Nah, I don't think so." You know?
A lot in Japanese when they're speaking, they'll cut entire chunks of the sentence out
Oh, that's true.
to make it shorter.
Unless they're giving a speech.
Yeah,
Speeches are
also
long.
true.
Yeah. And then you wait for the sentence to be like all the way, for 3 sentences to be all the way over before you say what you're going to say, because otherwise you don't have the context to just say what you're going to say. And then it's like a half a sentence, like he went to the mall, but it took like 3 sentences in Japanese to get there. Sometimes, not always. We're going to have these like English teachers living in Japan be like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." And we're like, "Yeah, it is, bro." It totally is. Anyway, sometimes it's not.
覚悟の先へとスリルとともに身を捧げて
I want that line where she comes out like boom and then kind of like fades, I want that to be just slightly more impactful.
Okay.
Like I want it louder, or I want it a bigger drop between the volume and then the fade, like something, like just something. I want it just to be a little more bang, I don't know what it is, but I want
They
it
could
to
increase the balance of her voice there. They could.
I want it to
have her
snag me
make
more.
it a little bit more like
more gritty, or
Yeah, I was gonna say almost screechy. Just a little bit more emphasis there.
I just feel like I want that to suck me in more. It's fun to listen to. I'm enjoying this as like a band. I'm not blown away. I'm not like, dude, these guys are like next level. But I'm enjoying this as like I could put this on and enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess for those of you who hate it when I get nitpicky, hate it. Yeah. Dude, girls can rock. Yes. Oh man, dude. Broken shred. Broken shred.
That was impressive.
Yeah, these girls can rock, man. Like, I'll give them that. Okay, I might be shifting my opinion here a little bit.
That was an impressive solo.
I think a lot of their value comes from, like, a lot of their juice comes from their instrumentals.
Yeah, you know what it feels like? It feels like a jam band. Like they're just
Yeah.
they're jamming, and so one person gets a turn to do their little. The bass gets a solo, the guitar gets. It feels like a jam band. Those are hard to get right, and hard to like listen to as a listener. But I'm actually really enjoying this.
いつだってそうこの世界は40立ち止まって
They're doing a lot of like, it's not like English sentence, Japanese sentence, it's just like English word thrown into Japanese sentences.
That's really
こ
common
の
in Japanese.
世界は
words.
faulty,
Yeah,
for example.
that's really common in Japanese songs, though.
この世界
あと心暴走気味頼んだされても I don't get 踏み出せ I gotta be on my way またいらな道に興味は見当たらないの Just bring you gate 後悔という陰謀のものでかいくぐってこの上ない快感が私を走らせる覚悟の先へとスリルとともに身を捧げて
That felt nice.
Yeah, that one felt a lot better. I think it's because they tuned out some of the instrumentals for a second and let her voice carry it.
Yeah.
I can see this lead singer really having a long career. I think it could be with this band, or I could see the label like pulling her out and having her be the lead front person. Like a lot of Japanese like rocker girls, that's more what ends up happening. You have bands like Yui and stuff who will end up being, I'm the front face of the band, and you don't even really see the rest of the band ever. I could see that happening with this band pretty heavily because she has a very good rocker voice. And the song, the instrumentals are like really what's carrying this song. But I feel like it almost feels too generic hard rock.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is this would be like good kind of music if I'm like writing a paper or something, or I'm working on some just like work I got to just focus on, you know, and I just want to play some rock in the background. That's not going to be too distracting that I'm going to want to like sing along to
I'm
and
like
stuff.
the total opposite. I would be playing this in my car at moments when I really just feel like I want to rock out and get into something hard rock.
Well, I do that when I'm studying, like focusing.
Oh, I do not. I'll
I like
turn on.
I'm either on like super soft like piano and stuff, or I'm like it's Dio time.
Oh, for me it's just lo-fi stuff when I need to focus.
Have you done a Dio lo-fi? Like some of the things like Mirror Mirror from Baby Metal, for example.
Yeah.
Had those like stops and goes that just rip you out of your seat. I didn't really get that here, but it was nice. It was nice. It was enjoyable. It's music I would listen to. The instrumental solos were probably my favorite part, especially when the girl was shredding on the lead. Like that girl was shredding, dude. And
Yeah.
She was having fun doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd say. I wouldn't be opposed to like listening to more of this, but I'm not blown away. But it's a nice intro.
So tell us, what is the best song, in your opinion, that will blow us away? That's what I want to.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We'll give it one more shot before we just unlock the floodgates and listen to this in the car
Yep.
and study.
Sounds good to me.
Sweet. Thanks for being here.